हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Let me find the Bhakti Vaibhava verses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो। नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदुः स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्। तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः। सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्भसोऽम्बुदौ। लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहेतुक्यव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे। सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वम् अप्युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत्प्रवलनाद् यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्। अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम्। ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us continue our study of Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26, text 66 onwards. Lord Shri Kapiladev is speaking to Mother Devahuti. Gudam mrityor apanena nodatishthat tada virat hastavindro balena eva nodatishthat tada virat. The god of death, Mrityu, entered the Virat Purusha's anus, Gudam, with the organ of defecation, Apanena. But the Virat Purush could not be spurred to activity. So we are seeing how so many things are happening. So many predominating deities are entering different parts of the body of Lord Virat Purush, but nothing is happening. God Indra entered the hands with their power of grasping and dropping things, but the Virat Purush would not get up even then. Text 67. Vishnurgatyaiva charanau nodatiष्ठत् तदा विराट नाडीर नद्यो लोहितेना nodatiष्ठत् tada virat. Lord Vishnu entered his feet with the faculty of locomotion, but the Virat Purush refused to stand up even then. Hare Krishna. The rivers entered his blood vessels with the blood and the power of circulation, but still the cosmic being Virat Purush could not be made to stir. Hare Krishna. Text 68. Shud Tridbhyam Udaram Sindhur Nodatiष्ठत् tada virat Hridayam manasa chandro Nodatiष्ठत् tada virat. The ocean entered his abdomen with hunger and thirst, but the Virat Purush, the cosmic being, refused to rise even then. The moon god entered his heart with the mind, but the cosmic being would not be roused. Text 69. Buddhya brahmapi hridayam nodatiष्ठा tada virat Rudro bhimatya hridayam nodatiष्ठा tada virat. Hare Krishna. Lord Brahma also entered his heart with intelligence. But even then, the cosmic being, Virat Purush, could not be prevailed upon to get up. Lord Rudra also entered his heart with the ego. But even then, the cosmic being, Virat Purush, did not stir. Hare Krishna. Text 70. Chittena hridayam chaitya kshetrajna pravishad yada virat tadaiva purushaha salilad udatishtata. Haribol. However, when the inner controller, the deity presiding over consciousness, entered the heart with reason, at that very moment, the cosmic being, Virat Purush, arose from the causal waters. Salilat means from the water. Udatishtata, he arose. Yatha prasuptam purusham pranendriya manodhiyaha prabhavanti vinayena notthapayitum mojasa. When a man is sleeping, prasuptam, all his material assets, namely the vital energy, the senses for recording knowledge, the senses for working, the mind and the intelligence, pranendriya, mana, and dhiya. Mind, intelligence, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas cannot arouse him when the person is sleeping. He can be aroused only when the super soul helps him. Only when the super soul helps, then a sleeping person can awaken. Purport. The explanation of Sankhya philosophy is described here in detail in the sense that the Virat Purush, or the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the original source of all the various sense organs and their presiding deities. We saw that different presiding deities for different senses. But the original source is the Virat Purush. The relationship between the Virat Purush and the presiding deities or the living entities is so intricate that simply by exercising the sense organs which are related to their presiding deities, the Virat Purush cannot be aroused. It is not possible to arouse the Virat Purush or to link with the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead by material activities. Only by devotional service and detachment can one perform the process of linking with the Absolute. Srila Prabhupada says. Only by devotional service can we link with Krishna. Bhaktyatvananya shakya aham evam vidorjuna. Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. And the last verse, 72. Tam asmin pratyag atmanam धिया योग प्रवृत्तया भक्त्या विरक्त्या ज्ञानेन विविच्यात्मनि चिन्तयेत्. Therefore, through devotion, bhaktya, viraktya, therefore, through devotion, detachment, and advancement in spiritual knowledge, jnanena, acquired through dhiya yoga pravrittaya, obtained through concentrated devotional service, one should contemplate that super soul as present in this very body, although simultaneously apart from it. Pratyak Atmanam means the super soul. We must contemplate on the super soul with bhakti. Chintayat means to contemplate, to meditate. As they say, we should not do chinta, we should do chintan. Purport. One can realize the super soul within oneself. He is within one's body but apart from the body. Because he is transcendental to the material body, even though he is within the body. Although sitting in the same body as the individual soul, the super soul, Paramatma, has no affection for the body, whereas the individual soul does. What is our problem? We have affection for this body. We have feeling of minus for this body. Or even I-ness. I am this body. That is our problem. But the super soul is not entangled like that. One has to detach himself, therefore, from this material body by discharging devotional service. It is clearly mentioned here, bhaktya, that one has to execute devotional service to the Supreme. As stated in the first canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.7, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahaitukam. When Vasudev, the all-pervading Vishnu, Supreme Personality of God, is served in completely pure devotion, detachment from material world immediately begins. The purpose of Sankhya is to detach oneself from material contamination. This can be achieved simply by devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How do we get detached? By getting attached to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says further, when one is detached from attraction of material prosperity, one can actually concentrate his mind on the super soul. Which means as long as we are distracted by material allurements, we will not be able to focus on Krishna. Matirna Krishne parata swatova mithovi padayeta griha vratanam. If we are griha vrat, we are attached to material things, then we will not be able to think of Krishna. Matirna Krishna. Shri Prahlad Maharaj teaches us. In the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, in Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, it is stated that one becomes joyful by discharging devotional service. In that joyful attitude, one can understand the science of God or Krishna consciousness. Evam prasanna manaso. Our heart becomes prasanna. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 26th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Now let us start chapter 27, Understanding Material Nature. श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकृतिस्थोऽपि पुरुषो नाज्यते प्राकृतैर्गुणैः अविकाराद् अकर्तृत्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् जलार्कवत्. Translations and purports by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. The personality of Godhead, Sri Kapila Dev, continued. Sri Kapil Dev is speaking to his dear mother. When the living entity is thus unaffected by the modes of material nature because he is unchanging and does not claim proprietorship, he remains apart from the reactions of the modes. Although abiding in a material body, just as the sun remains aloof from its reflection on water. Very nice example. The sun is shining in the sky. In the water, you see the reflection of the sun. But the sun doesn't care about the reflection. Sun is not attached to the reflection. Similarly, a Jivan Mukta, a person who is factually liberated, stays in this world, works in this world, but is not affected by anything because the person is not interested in the modes of material nature and does not claim proprietorship. When we claim proprietorship over material things, my dear friends, why do we claim proprietorship over material things? Please raise your hand. Why do we claim proprietorship over material things? Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it because we want to lord it over?
Why we want to lord it over?
Because aham mameti, because of the principle that
Why aham mameti?
because we have become bahirmukha from Krishna. Is it so?
Yes, ultimately. But why do we claim proprietorship? Claim proprietorship means we want aham mameti.
We want to enjoy.
That is the answer. Because we want to enjoy in this world. So what is the problem?
We are not the actual owner.
Yes.
So we cannot enjoy.
Yes. This Kshulla Sukhaya Dukkham, this Shulla Sukh that material things offer us, first of all, it is temporary. Second of all, this Sukh has nothing to do with who we are. This Sukh is for the body and the mind, but we are neither the body nor the mind. So these material things from heaven all the way to the lower planets and everything that this earthly planet has to offer, it has nothing to do with our Satya Roop, with our Swarup. It has nothing to do with our Swarup. So it cannot really touch who we actually are. That is the problem with material sense gratification, that we are looking for gratification, we are looking for happiness in the wrong place. There is happiness in bhakti. Susukham kartum abhayam. And that happiness has to be tasted. And once that happiness taste comes, unless we commit Vaishnava Aparadha, the journey is very smooth. Once we get that taste, then we are not interested in anything material. But that taste has to come. And that taste requires sincerity, because sincerity will attract Krishna's kripa, and ultimately it is all kripa ka khel. Ultimately it is all kripa. Once Guru Krishna give their kripa, you get taste. You get taste, then there is no looking back. So this is the Jivan Mukta person described by Bhagavan Kapil Dev. Now, Srila Prabhupada's purport. In the previous chapter, Lord Kapil Dev has concluded that simply by beginning the discharge of devotional service, one can attain detachment and transcendental knowledge for understanding the science of God. Here, the same principle is confirmed. A person who is detached from the modes of material nature remains like the sun reflected on water. When the sun is reflected on water, the movement of the water, all the coolness or unsteadiness of water cannot affect the sun. It affects the shadow, doesn't affect the sun. Similarly, Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Bhagavatam 1.2.7, when one engages fully in the activities of devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, he becomes just like the sun reflected on water. Although the devotee appears to be in the material world, actually he is in the transcendental world. Hari Bol. Avikar means without change. The living entity, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaya Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, is a part and parcel of Krishna. And thus, it is the eternal position of the Jiva to cooperate with Krishna. Therefore, Jiva Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas. Akartritvat means not doing anything for sense gratification. Not doing anything for sense gratification. When one does something at his own risk, there is a sense of proprietorship and therefore there is a reaction. But when one does everything for Krishna, there is no personal proprietorship over activities. That is called akartitvam. That is called akarma. You remember? Karma, vikarma, akarma. Akarma means akartitvam. Doing it for Krishna. There is no reaction. Text 2. स एष यर्हि प्रकृतेर्गुणेश अभिविषज्यते अहंक्रिया विमूढ़ात्मा कर्तास्मित् abhimanyate. When the soul is under the spell of material energy, yarhi prakrite guneshu abhivishajyate. One is abhivishajyate, one is absorbed in prakriti, absorbed in material nature and false ego, identifying his body as the self, dehatma buddhi. Ahankriya vimudhatma. By false ego, he is bewildered. He becomes absorbed in material activities, and by the influence of ahankar, ahankriya, false ego, he thinks that he is the proprietor of everything. Karta asmi iti abhimanyate. He thinks that I am the karta. Same verse is there in Bhagavad Gita. Same verse. Karta ham iti manyate. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. Bewildered by false ego, we think we are the doer, and then we are the doer means I am proprietor, I must enjoy the results, and that's how we get entangled. We enjoy the good results, we enjoy the bad results, and then it's just a cycle. Actually, purport. Actually, the conditioned soul is forced to act under the pressure of the modes of material nature. The material modes of nature, they impel us to act. But which modes of material nature we associate with, that choice we do have. Based on the association we keep, based on with our jnanendriyas, the input that we give ourselves, and based on the ahar that we input. It's all about input. What association we input, what information through the jnanendriyas we input, and what ahar we input. That will determine what modes of material nature we are in. If our inputs are all Krishna conscious, then we can go beyond the modes of material nature also. Mam chayo vyabhicharena, don't. Mam chayo vyabhicharena, bhakti yogena sevate, sagunan samatitetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. If we make all the inputs bhaktimaya, then sagunan samantitetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Then we go beyond the modes of material nature and we become situated in akartitvam, akarma, vishuddha sattva, jivan mukta. Therefore, please listen carefully. Don't get angry with me for saying this. But please listen with your heart. What I'm saying, it is based on anubhav. It is based on what Shastra says, based on what Sadhu says, and based on what we have experienced. We really have to be careful about our inputs. Through the Jnanendriyas, eyes, ears, what we are inputting, through the tongue, what we are eating, and the company that we keep. Especially, especially through this phone, through media, through phone, through internet. What inputs we are giving ourselves, we have to be very careful, my dear friends. Maya is extremely intelligent. Extremely intelligent. She knows exactly how to get us. It could be the news. I got to see this. I have to keep myself updated. But how much and when? In the middle of japa? 2 hours every day, news? Yes, some very significant events are happening, but we have to be very careful. We have to pray for the protection of Bharat Bhumi. We have to pray for the protection of Sanatan Dharma. We have to pray for the protection of our temples, our devotees, our Shastra. And we have to pray that the Vidharmis are defeated in their endeavor to overwhelm and overshadow the real Dharma. We have to pray for our soldiers, the Indian soldiers who are fighting to defend Bharat Bhumi, the land of Dharma. We have to pray, we have to give practical help, but we should avoid going into mode of passion and mode of ignorance by constantly being on news, constantly being on news, constantly inputting. Now what is happening? Now what? Now breaking news. Now breaking news. Now what is happening? Please, with folded hands, I am requesting, take care of your inputs. You will come to know what you need to know about the war. Somebody will tell. Don't have to go again and again on the news channels. And similarly, other things, sports, movies, non-devotional videos. The mind simply demands, watch it, watch it, watch it. But we have to understand that this is not good for me. If this is something devotional, I will watch. If it is not devotional, I don't want to watch. So this Vivek Buddhi, this self-control is very important. Otherwise, we can never be situated on the platform of Vishuddha Sattva. And then this ahamta, mamata will increase, I-ness, minus, false ego will increase, and we will be under the modes of material nature. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Krishna wants us to go beyond the modes of material nature. And the only way to do that is to constantly be engaged in Vasudeve Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga. So Prabhupada says, actually the conditioned soul is forced to act under the pressure of the modes of material nature. If we go in the middle of a hurricane, we are going to be very severely affected. But we have the choice. We can stay away. If there's a tornado and we go in the tornado, we will be affected. But we can avoid the tornado by keeping away. And we should keep away from material modes. Very important. And if you don't believe me, then you will learn this from experience. Just try watching news and see what happens to your consciousness. See how it pulls you. See how it wastes so much of your time. And then later on, if you are sincere, you will feel guilty. I wasted my time. What is the world a better place because I watched 1 hour of news? Is my material fever gone down because of watching 1 hour of news? It's just the way the propaganda is. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Hare Krishna. We should keep chanting, we should keep praying. Any practical help we can do, we should do. but not constantly be on the screen, because that will put us in the modes of passion and ignorance. And too much negativity will also give negativity. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on this planet, when Rup Sanatan Goswami were on this planet, when Srila Jiva Goswami was here, similar things were happening. The Vidarbhis were ruling India at that time, isn't it? And so many bad things were happening. But nowhere in Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat we see that there was too much discussion about all this. So we have to use our Vivek Buddhi and control our mind, not get carried away. Text 3. Tena samsara padavim avashobhet anirvritaha prasangikaihi karma doshaihi sadasan yonishu. The conditioned soul, therefore, transmigrates into different species of life, higher species, lower species, because of his association with the modes of material nature. We go up and down, samsara chakra brahmata swakarma bhi, by our own karma. And karana guna sangasya sadasadyoni janmasu. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the modes of material nature that we choose to associate with, that will determine our next birth. Unless he is relieved of material activities, he has to accept this position because of his faulty work. We have to give up material activities. Otherwise, we will be stuck in this material world. Srila Prabhupada says here the word karma doshai means by faulty action. This refers to any activity, good or bad, performed in this material world. They are all contaminated. Faulty action means material association. Faulty actions because of material association. So therefore we should engage in spiritual association. We should engage in spiritual activities. That is the only way. Srila Prabhupada further down in the purport says, because he does not cease such faulty activities, he has to change to different bodies, some high, some low. This is called samsara padavim. Samsara padavim, it said in the verse. Sad, asad, mishra, yonishu. In different species we get birth. Now listen to what Srila Prabhupada says. One who desires material liberation has to turn his activities to devotional service. There is no alternative. Very clear, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada says, one who desires material liberation has to turn his activities to devotional service. Bhakti. Arte avidyamanepi samsritirna nivartate dhyayato vishayanasya swapne narthagamo yatha. Actually, a living entity is transcendental to material existence. Yes, we know that we are paraprakriti. We are not a body made up of panchamahabhut, bhumi, rapo, nalo, vayu, kham. No, we are paraprakriti. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we are living entity, we are spiritual entity. We are directly part of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna's Tatastha Shakti. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas, Krishnera Tatastha Shakti Veda Ved Prakash. Actually, living entity is transcendental to material existence, but because of his mentality of lording it over material nature, his material existential condition does not cease, does not stop. And just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. Swapne, anartha, agamoyatha. Just like we may see a nightmare and get affected by that. Similarly, we are not waking up from this nightmare because we are still wanting to enjoy in this material world. Why do we fall down again and again on the spiritual path? Because we know the philosophy, we have heard everything, we know the Prayojan is Krishna Prem, Abhideya is chanting Hare Krishna, Sambandha is that we are Krishna's eternal servant. Why we fall down again and again in spite of theoretically knowing all this? Because, please listen carefully, because somewhere in our heart we still believe that there is enjoyment in this world. I repeat, repeatedly we have spiritual slips, spiritual fall downs, despite knowing all this Bhakti Vaibhava and Bhakti Shastra philosophy, is because somewhere in our heart we still believe there is enjoyment in this material world. Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim. Kanaka, Kamini, Kirti. Kanak means dhanam, money, gold. Janam means appreciation, glorification, 5-star rating, likes, followers. Janam, collecting fan following. We feel good when we are appreciated. We feel comfortable when we are with people who glorify us. We feel uncomfortable in the presence of people who criticize us. Janam. Dhanam, Janam, and Sundarim. We feel that there is some Maithun Sukh. We feel that there is some sense gratificatory pleasure in this world. And this is what keeps us here. Kanaka, Kamini, Kirti. Kanaka means money, gold. Kamini means enjoyment with the opposite sex. And Kirti. Kirti means having followers, friends, glorification, appreciation, distinction, adoration, worship. These things make us happy in this world, isn't it? We see the bank balance grow, our happiness grows directly in proportion to the bank balance. We see the number of followers grow, number of friends grow, we feel proportionately happy. And the more we tend to enjoy sense gratification, the more we feel happy. Our happiness is directly in proportion to Kanaka Kamini Kirti. That means we are not making spiritual advancement. We can sit right now, examine our consciousness, our heart, and come to know whether we are making advancement or not. Listen carefully, please, my dear friends. When sense gratification is available and we have a desire to enjoy it, that means we have committed some aparadh, some sins. That means we are in complete material consciousness. When sense gratification is available, it is knocking on our door, and we have no desire whatsoever to enjoy it because we are enjoying Krishna consciousness, that is when we should know that we are becoming Sharanagat. That is when we should know that now there is Kripa. Now Guru and Gauranga have done Kripa on me. Sense gratification is coming, knocking, and we say, I am not, let me chant my rounds. Haridas Thakur. Lakshahira, sit. Let me chant my rounds. I have not finished my rounds. Kripa. That means we are making advancement. That means we are rightly situated. This is how we have to evaluate ourselves. Kanaka Kamini Kirti, available, no desire to enjoy it. Because we are enjoying Krishna consciousness. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasa dehinam rasovarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Higher taste. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Higher taste is there, therefore no taste for material sense gratification. When we have to pray for that sthiti, we have to pray for that consciousness. May I be situated in this consciousness where Vishaya Bhog is available, sense gratification is available, but I don't have desire for it. Because I am relishing Krishna consciousness. I am relishing Bhakti Ras. I am relishing Vraj Ras. Please let us pray for that consciousness. And when sense gratification is available, and we are also willing to enjoy that sense gratification and forgetfulness of Krishna, that means we should know that we are not making advancement. Can we all remember this in every situation of life? Hare Krishna. Then our study of the teachings, pristine teachings of Bhagwan Shri Kapil Dev will be sarthak, will be useful. Otherwise, it is just academic. Academic. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes, the example of a dream is very appropriate due to different mental conditions. In dreams, we are put into advantageous and disadvantageous positions. Similarly, the spirit soul has nothing to do with this whole material nature. Trini kritya jagat sarvam rajate sakalopari chidanandamayam shuddham harer nameva kevalam. Trini kritya jagat sarvam. All the vaibhav, all the sense gratification, all the opulence of the whole world, not just earth, 14 planetary systems, all the sense gratification, all the enjoyment that the 14 planetary systems have to offer us, all the Kanaka Kamini Kirti, Dhanam, Janam Sundarim, association with a beautiful person, unlimited wealth and popularity and love that this whole material world is willing to offer us. It becomes insignificant like a blade of grass on the road. Trini Kritya Jagat Sarvam. Who? The holy name. When Harinam rises in the heart, Swayam Eva Spurat Ada, Ata Shri Krishna Namadi. When Krishna's name arises in the heart, when we become attached to chanting the holy name, every type of sense gratification that this world has to offer becomes insignificant. Trini Kritya Jagat Sarvam Rajate Sakalopari. Only the holy name rules the heart. Trini Kritya Jagat Sarvam Rajate Sakalopari Chidanandamayam Shuddham Harer Nameva Kevalam. This is the purely spiritual holy name. The Shuddha Nam rises in the heart. Similarly, the spirit soul has nothing to do with this material nature, but because of his mentality of lording it over, and as Satyarama Mataji said, lording it over means desire to enjoy. We think there is some rus, some juice. Even though Puna Puna Charvita Charvananam, we think there is no, there is some taste will come, something new, navam. There is enjoyment in this world. I want to live. Chiranjeev Bhava. May you live 100 years. Kya 100 years? Dukhalaya mein 100 years, a curse. What is there? We have to be as if we are on the platform to catch the Golok Express. When death comes, it is like the Golok Express train has arrived. Our suitcase is ready. Reservation is there. Guru Maharaj has made reservation. Get on the train and go, and don't look back. Don't look at the platform. Just go. Go. If today, just now, death comes, thank you, Krishna. We are ready. Wherever you want to send us. It is your promise that it will be Golok Express. Man mana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam eva shasi. It is Krishna's word that it will be Golok Express for the devotee. Our job is only to do man mana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Then where the train takes us, it is up to Krishna. That is Sharanagati. Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tohar nitta suprati tua adhikar. We are yours, you do whatever. Take us to any destination. Narayana parasarve na kutashana bhibyati swarga apavarga narkeshu api tulyartha darshanam. But we have to be ready to go wherever Krishna sends us. Wherever Krishna sends us. Krishna says 35,000 years stay here and enjoy. Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. So be it. We'll do it. And Krishna says, Khatwanga Maharaj, chalo, we are ready. Suitcase is ready. This is the suitcase. Harer Nameva Kevalam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada reminds us, as confirmed in 529, last verse of the 5th chapter. Bhoktaram yadnyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Krishna is the owner. Krishna is the proprietor. Krishna is the enjoyer. And he is our best friend. Ami bina bandhu ara kya ache tomar? Mahaprabhu says. Who is your friend other than me in this world? Nobody. Suridam sarvabhutanam. So we want to go to Krishna. Krishna is the actual friend of all living entities, Srila Prabhupada says. But instead of leaving proprietorship, enjoyment and the actual position as the friend of all living entities, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we claim, I am enjoyer, Bhokta Aham. Krishna says, Bhoktaram Yagatavasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam Nyatvam Mam Shantim Richati. Ashantasya Kuta Sukham. Shanti can be achieved when we accept Krishna as the enjoyer and the owner, proprietor and bhokta. But when we say that I am the bhokta, I am the proprietor, I am the owner, then we cannot have Shanti. And without Shanti, Krishna says there cannot be happiness. Ashantasya kuta sukham. We perform philanthropic work thinking that we are friends of human society. As doctors, we think, it is so sickening. In the medical community, today only, at least 2, 3 times, Krishna made me hear this from different colleagues. Hey, what's up? Nothing much, saving lives. This is what doctors say in the physician lounge. Saving lives. Saving lives? Can you save yourself? You are in the jaws of crocodile. What saving lives? Such ahankar? Karta ahamiti manyate. Today, 3 times, 3 different doctors. It's a common, how we say, na? Hey, what's up? Nothing much. Among doctors, it is, hey, what's up? Nothing much. Saving lives. Same old, as if we are like some big Hanumanji carrying Sanjeevani Booty. So much ego. So much ego. What would we do without Srila Prabhupada? What would we do without this wonderful, beautiful philosophy of Bhagwan Kapil Dev? Shri Kapil Dev Bhagwan ki jai. We think we are friends, we are saviors. Someone may proclaim himself to be a very good national worker, the best friend of the people and of the country, but actually he cannot be the greatest friend of everyone. The only friend is Krishna, Srila Prabhupada says. One should try to raise the consciousness of conditioned soul to the platform of understanding that Krishna is the actual friend. If one makes friendship with Krishna, one will never be cheated. Hare Krishna. And he will get all help needed. Jai Ho. This is very beautiful. And so many examples are there. Kubja never had to go to any orthopedic surgeon. Krishna did it. Muchukunda Maharaj is sleeping there with that blessing or curse, whatever you want to call it, that whoever wakes you up, whoever you look at will die. How Krishna arranged his deliverance, killing of Kalayavan, and giving darshan to Muchukunda. Krishna is so expert. He's really our best friend. He always benefits us. This Vishwas, this Shraddha, this faith we should have. And no matter what is happening in this material world, whether there is death or there is long life, whether there is health or there is ill health. Today I took care of a 60-year-old patient, just celebrated his 60th birthday. And he has a fiance. Previous marriage, I don't know what happened. He has 3 children from previous marriage, but he's not with his wife. I don't know if he's a widower or he's divorced or separated. I don't know. But he has a fiance. And he came today with abdominal pain. It happens so often. We just do a CT scan and big 4.5 centimeter tumor in the pancreas, multiple metastatic tumors in the liver, and entire omentum is filled with cancer. And I had to go and tell him this news. Now imagine 60-year-old patient, you just go to the ER because of belly is hurting, you think it is probably some indigestion, ulcer or something, and you're suddenly told you have got stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He was crying, shivering, so bad. I held his hand and prayed for him, prayed with him. And then he told me, you're a good man. You're a good man. But he was devastated. I mean, it's a very hard pill to swallow to get that diagnosis. He said, Doc, can you tell my fiancée? I don't feel like telling her. She's going to be heartbroken. We were just planning our marriage. Hare Krishna. We're just planning our marriage. All dreams gone. Material nature is very harsh, my dear. It doesn't care. Doesn't care. So we should not think that there is any enjoyment in this material world. There is abundant, unlimited, eternal enjoyment for us. But it is in the service of Radhe Shyam. It is in the service of Radha Krishna. Divya Vrindani Kalpadu Madhu. Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanasthav. Shri Shri Radha, Shri Govinda Devo, Preshthali Sevya Mano Smarami. Always remember, we have to Smarami, Savior. We have to serve Radha Govinda as they are sitting on a beautiful Ratna Simhasan under the Kalpavriksha tree in the Nikunjas of Golok Vrindavan. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given us this meditation. That we should remember. Whatever upheavals are going on in this world, we do our duty, we pray for the best, we hope for the best, but ultimately we know Kali Yuga is going to progress And even if it is Satyug, we know that this world is going to be destroyed one day. Everything is temporary, and we as Jivatmas, as spiritual entities, have nothing to do with this material world. We have no sambandha. Remember? Sambandha vidya prayojan. Sambandha means Jeev, Jagadish, Jagat. Three things. Three entities. Jagadish is Krishna, Jai Jagadish Hare, Keshava Dhrita. Jeev, Mamayamsha, Jiva, Loka Jivabhuta Sanatana. And there is Prakriti. Mayadhyakshana Prakriti, Suyata Sacharacharam. So, what is the relationship of Prakriti with Krishna? It works under Krishna's superintendence. What is the relationship of Jiva with Krishna? That we are the eternal servants. Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram. Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. But what is the relationship between Prakriti and the Jiva? No relationship. Think about this. The Jiva, Prakriti, and Jagdish. Prakriti works under Krishna. Jiva serves Krishna. But Prakriti and Jiva have no relationship. And here we spend all our lives trying to enjoy this Prakriti. Think about it. What PhDs are we? What MS are we? Mukta Sangha Prabhu. Kya? What is this? So foolish we are. We have PhDs and MD, MS and everything. MBAs. MBAs of Prakriti. We think I am administering Prakriti. Krishna says, Mayadhyakshena, and I am MBA. Master of Prakriti administration. Such foolishness. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So let us remember these instructions of Bhagwan Kapil Dev. I have a lot of notes to do. So we will stop here. And then we'll continue from verse number 5, Krishna willing, in the next sessions. Next session. Have darshan of Bhagwan Shri Kapil Dev and Mata Devahuti. And let us keep our consciousness absorbed in them. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.